Okay, recording started back again. Okay, I'm channeling for the sign of Capricorn, and the first card that I had for Capricorn is one night stand. You see this one night stand. So this person that you're dealing with, Capricorn, this person is sexual. He like to go to the whole hotel. He like to have a lot of one night stands and things of that sort that he endures in. Okay, the next one is God is demolishing them. God is whooping them with many stripes. So whatever he done to you, Capricorn, forgive him and move on because the battle is not yours. The battle is the Lord's and vengeance is God. And don't hold on to anything because, a lot of times people be in your life for a reason and for a season and for a time for a lifetime and whatever place or whatever period that he had to be in your life, it just was there. You learned a valuable lesson, you move on, you forgive, and you just let the Lord do whatever the Lord has to do concerning him and just take no thought about it. Ain't no fun when the rabbit got the gun, and it ain't no fun. And I'm not the rabbit, baby. The rabbit is the most high. He is the one that got the gun, and it's no fun. Sometimes we do things that we think that we begin away with, and we laugh and rejoice when we're doing stuff to hurt people. But the long range of the thing that will save a man soul, he shall also reap. Reap. God is not mocked. And this person that is going through this have the Gemini in energy, and the Gemini is the lover. So this was the lover of Capricorn, someone that Capricorn is considered a lover. But the Lord whooping him, he wasn't a lover. He was a devil in disguise. You know. Then we have bad sex. You need to stop playing with me. You just can't let go. So this person was saying that the sex that Capricorn had was bad, but it wasn't bad sex. He know that it wasn't bad sex. He know that he had a connection with Capricorn. He was just scared of Capricorn. And you can't let go. You still think about Capricorn to this day. He probably thinking about her right now. Okay. It says spiritual violation guilty for breaking spiritual law. So anytime this card comes out in a reading, in one of my readings, just let me know that this person practiced dark art and he did a lot of psychic attacks. He did a lot of financial attacks. He binded me sexually and love spells and all that. But thank be unto God that I had the Holy Spirit, that I knew that it was something that He was doing, put stuff in my food, try to kill me, try to lie, try to beat me up, try to fight with me, all type of stuff that He tried to do. But thank be unto God again for protection, that God didn't allow him to do no harm, even try to pass on something that is hard to get rid of. But I governed myself accordingly, and the Lord showed me exactly how to keep myself. And that's very important, women, too, that you just don't lay down with a man because he want to lay down with you, and that you be mindful even when you're laying down with him. If you get a red indicator in your spirit, that red flag, you get that in your spirit removed, because that's your intuition that is telling you. And the day that he came and got me, my intuition was like this, he's finna do something to you. And I knew it because prior to that, he asked for the address and then he came in a car that he never came in. He said he had just bought it. And the conversation came up about that. And in the process, he was saying that I was high for something. I was like, I'm not high for anything. But he was this Gus in this house some film. He was trying to make me believe that what I was thinking wasn't logical. He was trying to draw me into an illusion. I'm like, no. I know what the Lord is telling me. I've been listening to the voice of the Lord for a long time. He has been guiding me, and sometimes I have went against what he has told me because I wanted to do what I want to do, and the pain that came behind me doing what I want to do. And when it came down to this person, it was a lot of pain that was split on me and projected on me that was not even my pain. It was his pain. I was sent in his life to help him. He triggered a childhood wound that was up in me that I thought was gone, but he triggered that childhood wounds. And at the time that that wound was triggered, I had just left out of where my husband had just left me unexpectedly. He was doing some bull crap too. All of was doing bull crap. And it was all about money and all about fame and all about recognition with people. And I just don't care how people think about me. And that's just the truth. And then the reading, the sign of Capricorn came out. This is the indicator that this is the sign of Capricorn reading. Because the devil, the Capricorn came out, which I'm not the devil, but I could I can at times and get in a way that will betray it, and I don't like to get angry or mad, and that's why I don't do too much arguing and tongue wrestling with people because that'll get me out of my character, and I don't like to get out of my character. I like to be walking in the spirit. Those that are led by the Spirit become sons and daughters of the Most High God. So I prefer to become son or daughter of the Most High God. And this was a very so much trying situation dealing with this person. When I say this was difficult, the highs and the lows, trying to figure the situation out. But it came to finally came to me that it had nothing to do with me. Because a lot of times this person like I said, was projecting the energy that he felt about himself. And I would stand up for myself and, be like, I go about my business. But it was some other things that I was tied to and some cords that needed to be disconnected and some things that was undone. And once I began to do that, I had got out of jail. Was with him 2 days after I got out of jail, and I went to my niece's house, and that was the best thing that could ever happen. That I went to my niece's house, and some time passed, like 3 weeks passed, and by that time he did come back towards me. It was too late. I had broke everything that he had put on me, all the illusions that he had me under. It's like when I got to my niece Aisha house, the Lord just began to, and a lot of times I go to her house to sit because I don't know why. But then again, I do know why. It'd be a place for me to really just get to myself, get out to myself. And God revealed everything that I need to reveal in that day. He came to get me, and he just kept saying I was high. And before I knew it, I just went ahead and told him everything that I knew. And it was needful because it's acceptable time for everything. And the whole while that I was with him, he just thought I was naive. At one time, he even told me my name should have been naive instead of Naya. But I just knew that he said that to be, just out of his foolishness and his ego. Because really, for real, his name should have been Naiva. Because he was naive to even think that I didn't know. I knew about the secret hidden things that he done. And I was sent in his life not to bring him harm, not to hurt him, not to lift myself up against him, but to help him. It was a two-way street that God was trying to do between two individuals, but he could not see that. And he just wanted the recognition and he wanted the fame that he received, which has slowly went away because as the Lord showed me close up front, if I was in your life, what was going on, just imagine so much more that he's showing me now that I'm not in your life. And, some of the stuff that he showed me kind of hurt me because it could have been avoided with him, but everybody has their own way. We have our own self will, and it's up to us to make a decision if we want to come out of the situation. And I know that there's some things that has happened to everybody in their childhood, and I'm not making an excuse because I know the things that happened to me in my childhood, they're painful. Some things that I don't even tell anyone. I go before God, and I know that He heals me for these things, and I know that He healed me because these things no longer plague me anymore. These things no longer torment me. And I have been seeing the mind games and the torments and stuff that he's been going through. And I really just wanted to reach out. But I'm not going to stick my hands into the Lord's dealing with. The Lord called me out away from a person and tell me not to go back and tread over there again. I'm obedient. I'm obedient. And then after he just showed me everything that he showed me, even though you might have remorse and regrets now, I feel like the remorse and the regrets are coming due to the fact you got caught. Because he showed me in graphic details. He did. He showed me graphic details to the point through meditation I began to boo-hoo for days. He showed me graphic details that you enjoyed doing the things that you done to me and that there was no feeling. It was really a used thing, but at the same time, ain't no fun when the rabbit got the gun because you was looking at it as a used thing and the Lord was looking at it as a used thing in order to help you. He was going to use me to help you and to heal me too. It was going to be a two-way street. And I just wish that it would have turned out different. But like I say, everybody got their own self will. And I done moved past that. I'm no more hurt because of it because now I see that the evil that people try to cloak, they try to hide and disguise themselves. But I thank be unto God that this situation did occur and happened because it allowed me to be able to sharpen up my discernment and sharpen up the gifts. And trust the Most High and to trust my intuition now. I trust it. If it comes up that it's like that, believe me, it ain't say no more. That's the way that I am now. Say no more. If the Lord shows me, and it's recently the Lord was showing me something concerning the person, and I kind of spoke on it a little bit to this person and he just kind of passed it out. Whether that person know it or not, that's the end of that, baby. No more speaking on it, no more speaking to you concerning it because I'm not going to keep tearing in situations that if you gonna continue to be stuck to something toxic, then stay stuck to something toxic. I'm not with that. If I allow you in my life and you stuck to something toxic, then I'm receiving toxicity in my life, and I don't want that in my life. And I'm just learning how to move like the wind round here. Okay, the next thing is never meant to hurt you, and I honestly believe that after this person has to receive the reward, and he see now that there is somebody who loves me, baby in this world because I didn't have any family. And you have seen in some things that I told him. So he took some things that I told him. That's why it's not good for a woman to tell a person everything concerning them right up front. I felt comfortable with telling him, and he made it seem as if he was there to help me, but really, in all actuality, he was there to sift me as wheat. And I thank him for his sifting because my faith today does not fail now. Okay. The next one that I have, it have the letter C. It's a bunch of words on the could can cup cap. And when I first looked at this card, it say control, come and can. So he's asking me if it's okay for him to come. Can he control? No, you cannot control over here no more, baby. The doors are shut. The time has been up. And my overall energy is telling you many other afflictions of the righteousness, but God has delivered me from this. So therefore, I will not entangle myself into nothing that you know already got me out of. That it took some time to get me out of it, and then I'm still going through a process of trying to strain up some of the stuff that is lingering. There's some stuff that's still lingering, some stuff that's still left undone that I'm bringing and lining everything up and balancing everything out because it was a lot that I had to learn in order to reverse what he done. And I never thought that I would dabble in some situations like that because, I was still into Jesus. But the Lord showed me that there was some things that I needed to go deeper in to be able to see. And not only is this person in this world doing these dark arts, the Lord also in the process showed me that some churches that I had went through, some people that I ran with, was going to church, people was doing it too. He showed that he made it so plain and clear when I say I cried for some days behind it because I'm like, oh my God, everybody that I trusted, but it was a time that the Lord allowed me to go through that to show me what's among you. You need to know who labor among you. And I had seen it time before in a lot of churches in Mississippi when I would go to Mississippi. And, the person I was going, she was indulging in the churches in Mississippi. But the Lord also showed me that what the people was doing in Mississippi in these times. He would tell me, do not eat, do not drink, and don't tarry. So that means that once I go there, when the service was over with, anything that was offered, not even a bottle of water, he would tell me to get me and my children. And if they was in the process of praying and stuff like that, when the people went to lay hands on my children, lay hands on me. I jump in a minute. I was very overprotected over that, and he taught me exactly too not to lay hands quickly upon a person. He taught me how to send the word. You can just stand, and I have done it. Be standing in one spot and preaching. Just like the guy that tried to rape me, and this was the reason, the cause of the person that I was going with. I had told him I had found someone else, and I was really liking the guy, and the guy was really liking me, but it had to be some holes and some cracks in his foundation because he came to the rooming house, and I was sitting up in there with him, and he actually tried to rape me. He transformed into something other than what he was right before my eyes. But thank be unto God for the Holy Ghost, because I have always been able to see these spirits manifest in people ever since I was young. And thank be unto God, the Holy Ghost ran up in me, and I just went to preaching. And he ran up out the room that I had. It had a lock on the door because I locked me and myself up in there with him. And he ran out the room, y'all. And this is a true story. I can take a picture of the guy the next time I see y'all and put it on there, but that's not needful because let my yeses be yeses and my amens be amens. And I don't have to go through all that to do that. Yeses be yeses, noes be noes, and my amens be amens. But, he made it two more extra doors. He tore up the house coming out. And what I found once I got outside and I stayed across the street in Crichton, across the street from the fire station, what I found actually that he had a straight razor and he had a knife. So his whole intent and that attack that person sent, that death spell that he sent towards me, it was canceled. And from that point on, the Lord just made me fight against this. The next thing is watch your tongue, don't speak, keep quiet, you're shining. And that's something else the Lord has showed me through this process. That all this time that this person thought that I was blinded. He thought that I had the wool over my eyes. I was continuing to be in your presence for a reason because that was a lesson that I supposed to have learned. And the lesson that I supposed to have learned is to have self worth and love myself more than I loved anybody else. I was so busy loving him because I felt sorry. And that's just the type of person I am. I'm trying to help everybody. And I saw his hurt and his pain, and I wanted to do something to try to help him. See, but it's hard to help a person that don't want to help themselves. It's hard. This person did not want to go through the pain process. He wants something for nothing. And so in this process, with God, you have to give up something in order to receive. And a lot of times he has been receiving things and been taking things from people in the wrong way. That's why that card spoke about him spiritually violated. Doing some things that he had no business doing, and what I understand that he was a part of a cult. He was a part of a secret society. It's a lot of stuff that's coming out, and I'm boldly gonna speak on it because the Lord is telling me to speak on it. And anything the Lord tell me to speak on, I know He got my back. 100%. And I know that I'm not even fighting anymore. I have not even been in a warfare. I've been taking spiritual baths. I've been staying out to myself, learning what I need to learn, doing well in my school. That I don't even have to fight no more. That angels fighting on my behalf because I told you it got to the point that I had to cry out. I had to say, Lord, whoever it is, send it back. Lord, please stop them from doing what they're doing, Lord. To me, what is I'm doing to them, Lord? I don't have at that time, I didn't have no hurt, no anger, no hatred in my heart towards anyone. So there wasn't no need for that to be done. But whatever reason why he done it through jealousy is what God told me. And he wanted to show me that everything that I said was a lie, only for him to understand that everything that I said was the truth. And the only reason that I was coming to him, telling him these things, is to warn him because of love. See, when you love a person, you gonna warn them. If you see a person finna go right up, say for instance, you got a drunk friend. He get in the car, cut the car on. And you see this man finna go up the street. Before he even get out your driveway, you see him having a bad wreck. What you gonna let him go up the street? If you let him go up the street and enter that bad wreck and he lose his life, that blood is on your hand. Because first of all, he shouldn't even have no keys if he drunk. You supposed to be friend enough and have enough love, and you say, no, brother, you gotta sleep on the sofa, sleep on the floor, or you just sit here till you sober up. You want a cup of coffee, but some people nowadays don't care that much. The love of men has West Coast. But let me go on. It ain't safe, and at times I don't feel like that it is safe because this person has a secret that I know. It ain't very many people know this secret. And the reason why I know this secret, because this secret was revealed to me by the Most High. It was not revealed to me for me to lift my spirit up, for me to talk down on him or anything, which when I got angry and I got mad, needful to say, I called it for what it was. And he felt like that was being mean spirit. No, we're not gonna put on no mask on this baby. All the masks are off when it come down to Naya. I told you I am Naya Am. I'm the daughter of the great I am. That I am daughter. So that means there were no more masters, and I don't deal with masters because I let you know exactly how I am. For real. I have no problem letting you know how I am. I accept me for who I am, and I accept another person, and see that's something else. He couldn't accept me for who I was. He wanted me to be what he wanted me to be. He wanted to control me and stuff like that. When I was sent in your life to help you, and that's not being prideful when I say that. I was sent there to help you, but you want to tell the help how to be helped. And see, the Lord don't deal with that because everything that I was telling you was coming directly from God. I was seeking God on your behalf. And say, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. Did it say unclaimed property? I don't know what that means. At the police station, it is no telling because this guy was up to no good when I found out. I mean, he was doing a lot. And I wasn't looking for it though because I trusted him. And I looked at him and, I had high esteem over him, but he wasn't that what I thought he was. And it has no reflection on him because I am who that I say that I am, and I walk the way that I talk it. In my everyday life, it's simple. You find me in a room reading, or you find me, and that's just me. I don't try to be no more than what I am, and it's easy to accept me for who I am because I'm going to accept you for who you are. I accept everything, even the hidden things that God showed me. I accept that with the expectation from God that you was gonna change because that's what you was telling the Lord that you was gonna do, and that's what you was telling me too. But come to find out, you was doing a lot of stuff that you was telling me, but you wasn't keeping those promises. But when you broke a promise with me, you made that promise first with God. You and that man that I married, y'all made those promises with God. So that leaves no responsibility on me. I did what I was supposed to do. Then we have duality separating two souls. That's your good and your evil will have to come align up together. Then we have community ties. We have no idea that the karmic lover was crazy, run out of the connection. So this person, the Lord showed me, and I did not just pick these cards out to get on here for Capricorn to talk about you. You're not that. It's not that important anymore to me concerning that. That is way out of my control. That's out of my hands. That's between you and God and them and them and him. That's between all of y'all. That is not between me. I'm just laughing too because the Lord gave me the description of the houses. The house is in the surface by the body of water, and it's a trailer or it's a house with a red door on it. And these people are tied to this community. And the Lord was saying that they was tied that, it's a lot that goes on in that community that people don't know that goes on after dark. We come out at night. For real, for real. And see, he's tied to this community because this community is like a body of people that get together. They have the same beliefs. That's how we going to say that. They all believe the same thing. Now, we have people in the church that get together that believe the same thing. Then we have societies and communities of people. Even the drug dealers, when they get together, they believe the same thing. We finna make some money today. We're gonna watch the laws. So I'm just trying to keep it most simple because I know I've been in the streets and I'm into the church. So I just keep it more simple. I don't try to be so religious where it lose people or it be to the point where people cannot be drawn to me. Then it said jury is at lunch. So I do believe that this person do have some court cases that is before him because I say it's a lot that he done. It is. Let me let you see it. So it's a lot of things that he done. And as a result of him doing all the things that he done and he refused to stop doing these things that he done, now judgment has come upon him. And it's not only because of me, because it wasn't just only me. The Lord showed me that he had done a lot of things to a lot of people that just wasn't right. Even his first girlfriend. He put her up under some spells to try to keep her. And once he saw that it worked on her, then he proceeded. But this also comes from a family history of stuff. See, he's supposed to have been the one that broke that generational curse of what they was doing, and he refused to. But whether he knew it or not, that God called him out because God knew that he had everything that he needed, but in return, he decided that he wanted the things of the world. And he switched sides, and that's okay with me because I'm not gonna switch sides and because I refused to denounce God. He felt like that he was going to afflict me, but you just don't know many of the afflictions of the righteous. And then you don't know that when God first called me, he gave me Isaiah 47. So I am birthed out of furnace of affliction that I can take a lot of pain. And you sent a lot of stuff my way. And the Lord showed me one day where I saw him because it just wasn't him. He had other people that he got to hook up with him to flick me. It's funny now because I was like, it took all of them just for little old me. Some of these people that I know, and some of these people I don't even know, but they just wanted to join the bandwagon of afflicting some people. These people are real sick. They weirdos. For real, they're real weird. I never met a group of people like this, and he took me around them, but I just never just could sit in a clique of all of them because I could see, and by me being able to see, my spirit just didn't settle in the midst of them. And I'd be like, they ain't your friends and stuff like that. And he'd be like, he'd be taking up for me. And then the girl, I told her that what she was doing. And in return, this man went back and told the girl, and she started sending mess my way too. But I sent that back to her, and she have damned the day that she have done that. She's not feeling. When I say they not really feeling what they done, they really in remorse. But needful to say, and I know that you watch my page, I'm not mad. There's no need for me to be mad. I'm not the one that you have to deal with. It's the Most High that you got to deal with. It is. I'm the one that you got to deal with, the Most High. And my protection angels, Psalms 91. I stand on that, for real. And I have seen God do some things with my son. He's schizophrenic and bipolar. He had a knife and he was coming towards me. He was finna do me some harm, and I didn't have anything. That day, it wasn't nobody but me and my baby girl was in the house, and she was 11 years old, and she started screaming and hollering because something real evil came upon him. But I know where that comes from. A woman of God laid her hands on my son, and she transferred that. I remember the day that she did that, but God's eyes is open, and God showed me some things about you too, and it's well. It's well. It is because it didn't do nothing but cause me to go a different route. But at the same time, it's not to the quick, nor it's to the swift, nor is it to the quick, but to the steady. You know, steady, slow and steady wins the race. That's what the Lord keep telling me. And my ministry is different than your ministry, but it's okay. It is okay. It's hurtful to know that was your attention. Your attention is all for the fame and to receive when that's just not me. It does not matter. If I eat today, it's well. If God don't give me no food, I'm past that crime. For real. Because I think about the life of Jeremiah. I think about the life of Ezekiel. I think about the life of the prophets in the Bible. They didn't have. Everything provision was made. That's why the just should live by faith and not by sight. So we got the charity. We got giving up, losing direction, traveling issues. So this person is not able to come to the Capricorn. And that's a good thing too. We got fraudulent. insurance policy. Now that has something to do with the court because this person was into a lot of schemes and stuff. I looked up in his background too to see where he went to federal penitentiary for, so you can pay for stuff like that. And I had to go deeper to get a better understanding and say I'm just that type of person. Get a better understanding. I didn't find too much that was negative about him. A matter of fact, it was more hidden. So that's let me know that there was some hidden things. Because you look me up, I'm an open book. I have nothing to hide for what apparent reason. Then you have the five of cups in reverse, moving on, forgiveness, hope, return, and recovery times. Conflict with drama, removing myself from chaos and clean of difficulty. And that's where I'm at. And I feel like that's where he's at too, because the Lord been Lord been dealing with him. And the Lord been dealing with him and that crazy thing that he been dealing with him. And then the community of peoples been dealing with him. It's been a lot of dealing. And I'm not laughing because I want to see anybody hurt. The pain that you inflicted on me, you would think that I would want to see you hurt. No, I don't want to see you hurt. I want to see you saved, whole, free, set free by Yahshua HaMashiach. That's what I want to see. But it's consequences to everything. And I'm laughing because the person that you actually hooked up with that thought that they was better than me, you got to be excited to even think that. But blind because the arts that you use, that person was using arts on you, and she was even sending dark arts towards me too. But you let her know. You need to stop it. She's trying to she want a baby. Can't get a baby doing that. Too many sacrifices and too much things and then your mind sooner or later gonna leave you, baby girl, if you keep doing that. You're not hurting me. I just feel sorry for you because if you have to go to that extent to keep someone and you go to that extent for money, then you're not confident within yourself. I'm confident in one thing that God should supply all my needs according to the riches and the glory found in Christ Jesus. You're a copycat. You pretend to love the Lord, but at the same time you're doing all kind of dark stuff in your backyard and making noises and chanting and all that, cut them chickens up for your children. For real, that's what you need to do. Don't cut a chicken up on behalf of me and putting stuff all in the food and all this and all that and glamour spells. And the Lord began to show me all that. I was like, Lord, who do all this mess? You got too much time on your hand, baby. Instead of you trying to get his money and out there having him doing all this escort working and all this that you think I don't know about. I think that you need to use that time to utilize it to go to school to get your skill because what your skill in is evil, and that's just a shorter period of time, baby. That's gonna stop sooner or later. And I say, baby, because the Lord showed me that you're much younger than me, even though He's the same age than me. He just made that age, but childish boy, immature. Something happened at an early age that caused him to fall off his horse, and he just ain't got back on. But the Lord has given him chance after chance after chance, and he just refused. So I'm just gonna leave that out and remember the overall energy is this many other afflictions of the righteous, but I will deliver you out of them all. And I can truthfully say that this is true, that I stand on this, and he have done exactly what he said. He will not alter his word when it came out of his mouth. And he sworn it to David, and the sun is gonna shine every day at the same time, and the moon gonna come out every night. They can't even alter. Nothing can be altered. He put his word above his name. His word is forever settled in heaven and earth. And that's what I stand on. Okay. Thank y'all. Be good.